Let me guess, you're real great at day one. You're an absolute legend at Monday. But somewhere between I got this and Friday takeout, it all falls apart. Then comes the shame scroll, the fresh start, the promise that you are definitely serious this time until life happens and you wobble. I know because I've been there. You've starved at 1100 calories, hoarded clean snacks, punished yourself with endless cardio, and told your friends you're back on it, keep you accountable. But you've quit more times than you like to admit out loud. And that number, it hits heavy for you. You're not lazy, you're exhausted from plans that weren't built to be sustainable for your real life. I've lost over 85 pounds naturally in around 15 months without absolutely hating my life. If you've ever cried in your car after completely binge eating and blowing all your progress, this video is going to be your reset. If I had to lose 85 pounds all over again, this is exactly what I would do step by step. Let's get into it. Quick pit stop before we get into phase one. We're about to fix fat loss with structure, but some of you guys aren't just stuck with food. You're stuck at work too. I have been there. I have clocked into many of jobs that I did not love. Least favorite part was feeling like my brain and my body were both on airplane mode. And what's worse, you guys, is it bled into everything. My sleep got worse. Workouts felt like punishment. And my treat was often DoorDash because I was too wiped out to cook anything. Check to paycheck meant that I was choosing between groceries that matched my goals and fixing my car's weird noise that keeps coming up. What kept me stuck was fear. What if I try to pivot and it flops? If someone had told me that there is a clear path and an actual job guarantee, I would have slept so much better and moved a whole lot faster. That's why today's video is sponsored by ISSA, the International Sports Science Association. If you're a fitness nerd stuck in a dead-end job or constantly on the grind trying to find your next gig, this is your permission slip to pivot into a field with real demand. Now, my best days, they look like this. Teach you guys lessons, lift heavy, film content that helps you stop starting over, and actually have energy left in my real life. If I could text old me, I say, you're not lazy, you're under challenge. Put your passion to work. Here's why I back ISSA for my I Want Out crowd. They've got the #1 job guarantee in the industry. Seriously. Once you get certified and sign up to be a trainer through ISSA, you are guaranteed a job in the US. Or you get your money back. ISSA has over 10,000 gym partners in the fitness industry. And there are more than 73,000 open trainer jobs, you guys, right now. Once you're certified, you can join ISSA Career Connected Community, designed to connect you with employers and find employment opportunities in your area. And you're not doing this alone. You join a community of over 500,000 ISSA fitness pros who actually have your back. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm a creator. I'm a mindset coach who rebuilt her entire life through fitness. If I were stuck from the beginning today and wanted a clear on-ramp into the industry, I start with ISSA, so the science and the job hunt aren't a guessing game. If you're ready to stop doom scrolling and consuming other people's life and you want to build your own life into fitness, go to the link that I have listed here on the screen and in my description and use my code FITLIST to get $100 off, you guys, of your CPT certification. You have wanted change long enough. Make this the week that you decide to move. Thanks again for ISSA for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now let's get into phase one. Phase one is orientation week. Stop winging it. I really need you guys to stop freestyling your fat loss if you really want change. Some of you guys treat it like a really bad improv show. No script, no plan, just vibes. That's not a strategy, you guys, and it's why so many people fail. Before you touch a single dumbbell or download a calorie tracking app, you need a syllabus. Remember when you used to be in school and they would give you, when you start the semester, they would give you a breakdown of what was to come? That mindset approaching fat loss like that is so important for consistency. Most people fail, if we're being honest, is because they are running on pure motivation, which has a shelf life of an open avocado. We don't run on feelings here. We run on structure. This is going to be orientation week. We're building a structure so you don't get lost. Here's the science behind why this works, because science is hot. Structure, you guys, it reduces decision fatigue. When you have a plan, simply put, your brain doesn't have to make a dozen choices. It just executes. Have you guys ever hung out with a friend and they set everything up. They pick the restaurant, they pick the aesthetic that you guys are going to dress like. They call the Uber. How at ease do you feel? Right? You probably feel super relaxed. You're like, I just show up, okay? You need to have that similar mentality for creating a structure for your fat loss journey. Also, pre-planning, it doubles your chances of success. Studies literally show people who map out their meals and their movement are twice as likely to stick with it. And lastly, you guys, your brain, okay? That beautiful thing inside of your head, it craves predictability to build habits. Chaos, it leads to burnout. A predictable routine tells your brain this is just what we do now. Here's a hot girl tip. Treat your goals like a syllabus with deadlines, not suggestions. In this first phase, we are setting your non-negotiables. I want you guys to write these 3 things down. Number 1 is protein at every meal. Number 2, move daily. Number 3, sleep 7+ hours. Your homework assignment for this first week is I want you guys to create a fat loss folder. What do I mean by that? It can be digital, you can write it out, but essentially you are going to create a folder to capture your fat loss journey. With photos, you can write your measurements down, just get something together and organize it. Title it, name it. Number 2 in your homework assignment this week, you guys, is you're going to write your why. 3 lines max. And I want you guys to be really real. A lot of you guys may think this is food and it's like, oh, why am I doing this? Listen to me. There are going to be days, multiple days, where you do not want to show up for yourself, okay? You self-sabotage, you're feeling down, you have a really bad day. Your why is what grounds you. So do not skip this. Write the real reason why you want to lose weight. Think deep. Everybody, okay, you want to be snatched on the beach, right? But there usually is an underlying deeper reasoning to be there for your kids, right? Or to feel better about your body, to boost your confidence. Like me, I was pre-diabetic, right? I was starting to get numbness in my legs. Maybe it's health related. Find out what the why is. And lastly, I want you guys to pick your start date. Block out, once you guys establish what your start date is, block out the next 30 days on your calendar and label it Phase 1 Kickstart. And do this before this video ends, okay? Hold yourself accountable. Pick your start date. If you're going to commit to this video, I want you guys to comment your start date below to build habits. Chaos, it leads to burnout. A predictable routine tells your brain this is just what we do now. Here's a hot girl tip. Treat your goals like a syllabus with deadlines, not suggestions. Phase 2 is the calorie chronicle numbers don't lie. Phase 1 was orientation. This phase is all about accounting. Let me ask you a question. Would you honestly try to save money without ever looking at your bank account and just going off of vibes? No. So, why are you guys trying to lose weight without looking at the numbers? I don't understand. Let's stop guessing. Listen to me very clearly, okay? I want you to hear my voice on loop. You cannot lose what you don't measure. I'll say it again. You cannot lose what you don't measure. This phase is all about finding your real, livable calorie target. We are not aiming for starvation, okay? And honestly, most people are not starving, especially in the US. We are aiming for a gentle but consistent energy deficit. Having a number doesn't create restriction. It creates clarity. It's the data, you guys, that removes all the anxiety around, am I doing enough? And let me be crystal clear. If you guys do not want to be in a calorie deficit, then you won't lose weight. It's very simple. In order to lose fat, you have to be in a deficit. A lot of times you guys are like living in la la land around this deficit. And it's like, when you find out what your actual number is, you instantly are like, that can't be right. My deficit is 1,600 calories. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. That's obviously wrong. You guys, it literally isn't. It's math. A lot of you guys are overeating and you have no idea because you are not tracking. It's the facts. I keep it real with you guys on this channel. I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm not here to be super delicate. You guys aren't delicate flowers, okay? You are capable. You are strong. And in order to lose weight, you need to be in a deficit. You don't have to starve. I've lost the weight sustainably. I've had multiple deficits over my weight loss. I started over 235 pounds. My first deficit, I think, was around like 2,000 calories because I was eating in a surplus and I didn't even realize it. On average, I was eating between 2,500 to 3,000 calories. So that's why my deficit was that the first time. That's why you guys have to figure that out. My last cut, I'm now 150 pounds where I am currently. My lowest deficit was around 1,500 calories because I had lost weight. Things change. Here's the science behind why this works. Fat loss is an energy deficit, not a moral failing. You guys just need to consistently consume slightly less energy than your body uses over time. That's it. The next thing is you guys need to figure out what your starting point is. If you want to do the math roughly, usually it's your body weight in pounds times 11 or 12, especially if you're not active. It usually gives you a gentle calorie deficit that won't tank your energy. Also, you guys can use a calculator. I will include a free one in the description below. You will enter your starting weight, be honest about how active you are. It will calculate your deficit for you. Last but not least, protein is your hunger insurance. Aim for about 1 gram. Aim about 1 gram per pound of your ideal body weight. Protein, you guys, is going to help you guys preserve muscle and it's going to help you feel fuller. A lot of people are complaining about the concept of a calorie deficit because they're not eating enough protein. I was very satiated all the times I've gone on deficits because I had a lot of protein. Phase 3 is the movement manifesto, okay? Train for the body that you want. In this phase, we are talking all about movement. If you've been working out, but really kind of just dragging your feet on the treadmill, hoping for the best, that ends today. Cardio burns calories, no doubts about it. But lifting, that builds the body that you actually want to see once the fat comes off. We're not just working out anymore, walking to the gym, not having a plan. We are training. I really want you guys to stick with me for a moment and think about this. A calorie deficit, once you find out what your numbers are and you go on the deficit, reveals essentially what has been underneath your fat. When you train with weights, that is how you determine what your body looks like under the fat. We are moving with purpose to build a shape. And what I don't think is talked about enough, you are building the confidence to lift heavy things. Real quick for context, okay? This is me in the gym. You can see me working out. Over 235 pounds, pretty early into my fitness journey. I was working out really consistently. I'm a consistent girl, okay? Consistency really wasn't my issue. The issue, though, was I wasn't really having a plan and wasn't focused on progressive overload. I just kind of was winging it, right? Wasn't really adamant about lifting weights and being very intentional. And my diet was absolute garbage. This is me now in the gym doing the exact same movement, lifting weights. You guys can see the difference, okay? I don't even have to say anything. It's all right here. Here's the science to back this up. Resistance training, you guys, it really does protect your muscles and your metabolism. Lifting, it basically signifies to your body to burn fat, not precious muscle. It really helps keep your metabolic rate absolutely tanking and crashing out. NEAT is your secret weapon. If you have been on this channel before, you are familiar with this term. NEAT is your non-activity exercise thermogenesis. This counts as your daily steps, fidgeting, pacing, arguing with your dog. And lastly, the magic formula is simple. For most people, lifting up to 3 times a week, plus you are walking, you're moving your body, you're not just being stagnant, anywhere between 8,000 to 12,000 steps a day, is really the sweet spot for you seeing that weight come off, especially if your diet is right. Here's a hot girl tip. I want you guys to move like you already have the body that you want. Stay with me here, okay? I have been on this weight loss journey, okay? I have been overweight. You guys, if you're new to this channel, you may not know this, but you're watching this video and you know this now. People who have been here for the last 2 years, you guys know. You've seen the journey. When I was over 235 pounds, okay, this woman right here, I had this version of myself that I knew I could be. I didn't exactly know how she would look, right? Like seeing myself now, sometimes I look the same, but I also feel like I look different. And I didn't see this version of me. You guys have to understand, I have never in my life been an athlete. In high school, I did some cheer and a little basketball, but like it wasn't like a real thing. Like I just don't have this genetic lottery. Like my family's from the South. I grew up with my grandmother being obese. Like you have to understand, like I have built this ideal woman that I didn't even know what's possible, but I saw her, right? I could visualize her. And when I was working out, I was showing up already like I was that girl. Like a lot of people see my content and they see me confident when I was plus size, right? Or like in my body still moving because you have to see this version of you before anyone else does. So, even right now, you guys, if you are not currently where you want to be, I still need you to show up like you are. That's how you reach her. A lot of people don't understand that. Like that you do the act and that is how you build the confidence. It's not that you lose all the weight and all of a sudden you're confident. You get what I'm saying? Like I was acting this way before I had this body. And then once I got the body, it was like, this is what it was meant to be. I really hope you guys hear what I'm saying. You need to work on making this automatic. I want you to set 3 alarms on your phone right now. Label them walk, break, and lights out. The walk alarm is going to get you up, get you moving. The lift alarm is going to remind you of your training time. And the bedtime alarm, it protects your recovery, you guys. These are non-negotiables. Start showing up as this woman. Here's your homework assignment for this week. I need you guys to schedule your 3 lift sessions. And I don't want the excuses. I'm not the friend that you give excuses to, okay? You can move your body at home. You can do it at the gym. If you don't have actual weights, use heavy things around your home. There is no excuse, you guys. Just carrying something, practicing progressive overload, which means increasing the weight or the reps week to week, it makes such a huge difference. Use a heavy book, a dictionary, encyclopedia. That is weight. There's no excuses. I want you to pull out your calendar and block out times that you're going to be doing this lifting. Everyone has different schedules, but figure out what works best for your schedule and actually allocate the time. Don't just wishful thinking like, oh, I wish I could do this. No, you are in control. Do it now. Next part of your homework is set up your baseline. I want you guys to really look into what your average steps are. A lot of times it's on your phone, and whatever that baseline is, if you have a Fitbit, if you're using your phone, just figure out what your baseline is and then add 1,000 steps to whatever your baseline is. That way, you are just doing a little bit more than what you're already doing. So if you average walk around 2,000 steps a day, I want your goal to be 3,000. That's where you start. A lot of times people just hop in and they're like, I did 12,000 steps for 3 days. And then they're tired and they're fatigued or they're burnt out and then they don't do it for another 4 weeks. That's the problem, you guys. Just slightly increase from where you are. So whatever your baseline is, add 1,000 steps to that. And last part of your homework is walk during every call. A lot of us, we like to gap. We're on the phone, we're talking, whatever, right? I want you to start to turn these phone calls, meetings into walking sessions. Phase 4 is discipline is the foundation. Let's clear the air here and now. You do not need more motivation, okay? You can save all the reels you want and they're good little endorphins in that moment. But what you need is discipline. And the real secret, you guys, the real tea is that you already have that inside of you. Motivation is great for firing you up for day 1. But discipline, you guys, is what's going to get you out of bed once you hit day 40. This phase is all about building routines that back up your discipline. So you don't let feelings decide your future. How I like to explain discipline is it's really like a muscle that you train over time. And I think people really underestimate the power of this. Yes, this is about fitness. Yes, this is about weight loss. But the fact that I have developed discipline in that area has translated to all areas of my life. Every single time you stick to a plan, you get stronger. Systems and routines, these are your tools. They basically put your discipline on autopilot. The centerpiece here, a default day menu for weekends, a default day menu for weekdays, so decisions aren't draining your willpower. The more routine your meals and your habits are, the easier it becomes to stick to them. Because discipline, you guys, it thrives on structure. Here's the science behind why this works. Habit stacking, you guys, it boosts follow through over 80%. when discipline, you guys, is anchored to daily cues, like adding food prep after the morning, like doing food prep in your mornings, like adding food prep after your morning coffee, your success is going to skyrocket. Secondly, decision fatigue breaks motivation, not discipline. Systems, they really let your discipline flourish. By eliminating unnecessary choices, you are leaving willpower for life's curveballs because they're going to come. And lastly, consistency powered by discipline. It's going to trump intensity every single time. If you guys follow me on my social media, Fitless Lifestyle on Instagram, Fitless.lifestyle on TikTok, y'all will see I am a disciplined queen. Like, I'm not just talking to y'all from some pedestal and being like, this is what you need to do. Like, no, I am doing these things actively. I've done these things, which is why I'm telling you guys about them. Like, if you follow me on social, in my stories, I post every single day, and you guys will see I'm very disciplined. I'm very routined. I follow a program. And literally, you guys, a lot of people hit me up and they're like asking me questions and how do you do this? And it's just like, you guys, I just have systems and I follow those systems. They're non-negotiables. And I'm not at 100 every single day. It's impossible. I have bad days. I have days where I don't really feel like doing certain things, but it's just routine at this point. And some days I show up literally, I'm at like 2%. I'm like, ugh, it's been a hard day. I'm tired, lethargic, things are going on. But I'm showing up at 2%. But I still showed up, right? And then the next day, because I showed up at that 2%, I feel so much better. I hit my goals. I still am on track. And the next day I'm feeling like, whoa, we're in here. I'm at 100. I'm ready to go. Right? Third day, maybe I'm like, okay, more like 75. But you see what I'm saying? I continuously show up. You don't have to be 100 every day. You're not going to be. That intensity, I see it all the time. My personal life and my friend group, they are going in intense. 1 week, they are on it, right? And that's great. But then what happens? They fall off because they push themselves too hard. Oh, this isn't sustainable. This isn't realistic. And it's like, no, it is. You were doing way too much, way too intense. Daily deposits, you guys. Daily deposits. If for the first week you can only give 10%, that is I clap it up. That is amazing. You know why? Because you did 10% for 7 days versus the person that did 100% for 3 days and then did nothing for the others. You get what I'm saying? I really want you guys to understand that. And if you take anything away from this, it's daily deposits. You don't have to be 100 all the time. Here's a hot girl tip. I want you guys to set it and forget it. We're not looking for drama. We don't do that over here. Just dependable action. I want you to build a default day menu that looks different for everyone. But what that means is the same breakfast, same lunch, same dinner, same snacks. I want you to aim between 35 to 50 grams per meal. This is easier than you guys think, you guys. If you do 2 scoops of protein, literally that's 50 grams. Like, I don't want to hear it. You guys are not fragile. You're perfectly capable of consuming that amount of protein. I promise it's possible and it gets easier. Here's your homework assignment for this week. Create your 3-meal default day and make sure, like I said, write it out, type it up, send a memo, whatever you need to do. But each meal in between 35 to 50 grams per meal. It gets easier to reach your protein goals, you guys, when you guys are doing 35 to 50 per meal. Breakfast has 40 grams. Lunch has 40 grams. Dinner has 50. It's so much easier to reach your goals when you do it that way. Phase 5 is the accountability era. Become your own coach. A lot of us, we feel like we need accountability. But I think what's not talked about enough is becoming your own accountability coach. There's so much power, you guys, in taking ownership over your own life, your own decisions, your own actions. Accountability partners are great. I have nothing against them. I truly think community is essential, right? But during my personal weight loss journey, I didn't have any accountability partners. Like, I became my own coach because on your worst days, you guys, sometimes you need to rally for yourself. Sometimes you need to rally for yourself. On you guys, I want you to treat your progress like a report card. It's objective, it's weekly, and it's non negotiable. I really want you guys to stop with the emotional narratives that you like put on yourself. I was so bad this week. Replace that more with some data because this journey, you guys, it isn't about perfection. It's really just a simple pass or fail on the behaviors that you're doing that actually drive results. You are the coach, the CEO, and the inspector of your own progress. Here's the science behind why this works. When we self monitor, it really does double your chance of sticking. Simply tracking your action makes you far more likely to do them. The thing, you guys, is weekly reflection really does just like kill the all or nothing spiral that a lot of us are stuck in. Because what happens when you slip up, instead of just this emotional turmoil that you go through, it becomes just a data point and you adjust from there. It's not a reason to quit. As I've gone on this weight loss journey, I have failed multiple times. I've made mistakes. I've gone back one day, I slightly binge and I go back. Like, it's all part of the process. But when I do not hit my goals, or I mess up slightly, or I overeat, I just adjust. It's data. It's not this reflection of who I am as an individual. It's just data. And if you start looking at it like that, it's easier to be consistent and not quit. If I have a day that I go over my calories, okay, note it. Doesn't mean I ignore it. Note it. How can I do better tomorrow? And lastly, progress markers really build a positive feedback loop. Seeing your step count, seeing your photos, or your sleep improve, it really does give your brain like this hit of reinforcement that makes you want to do it again. Like, it becomes addicting. Here's a hot girl tip. I want you guys to be the teacher's pet, okay? You're the teacher. Grade yourself weekly. No feelings, just facts. Here's your homework assignment for this phase. You're going to create your weekly pass or fail sheet. Keep it simple. Schedule your Sunday review. 5 minutes with your tea, your coffee. Review your data. Assign yourself a grade. And identify one small tweak that you want to work on the week ahead. And then you're going to post your score for yourself, okay? You share with me, tag me, Fitless Lifestyle on social, or just share it to yourself in your notes. A score of 75% or higher is a passing grade. And like I said, you guys, if you're comfortable sharing with me, I would love to see it and support you. I want to see you on a report card. Post your score in your stories, tag me at Fitless Lifestyle. Okay, can we pause for a second? I need to speak directly to the individuals who are watching this and they feel a spark, who really understand that they want this time in their fitness journey to be different. Everything I'm teaching you guys in these phases is part of a bigger framework. That framework is my masterclass, the Show Up System, which is exactly what I did to lose over 85 pounds naturally. It's a system that really got me out of the cycle of starting and quitting and starting and quitting and starting again and then quitting. While my 60 Days to Her app challenge is really a great start for 60 days of building discipline and consistency, this module, this masterclass I created is for people who want to step into their fit girl era forever. It's like, what do you do after the 60 days? I've created something for women who are thinking beyond the 60-day challenge. I have poured literally every single thing I have learned into this masterclass, every mistake I've made, every breakthrough, and it's a complete rewiring of how you approach your fitness journey. Inside, there are several modules starting with mindset that really teach you how to finally see yourself as a fit girl. I have several modules starting with mindset that teach you how to really see yourself as a fit person, because mindset is huge. I have step-by-step methods on how to read nutrition labels and finally really understand your macros without feeling overwhelmed. I have a full 8-week calorie deficit guide that shows you exactly how to lose weight sustainably. But my favorite part, honestly, is the community. You will be welcomed into a private group of women who are on the exact same path as you are, holding each other accountable, talking about their wins, their losses, and most importantly, cheering each other on. You get direct access to me. A lot of times I can't respond to all of you guys, right? But the show system, those are my girlies. Like, you have direct access to me, ask questions, chit chat. This is really for the women who are done with the quick fixes. This is for women who are really ready to invest in themselves and finally learn the skills to show up for good. If that's you and you want to be a part of the show up system, make sure you click the link in the description below. And let's get into the next phase. Phase 6 is the rebellion. Stop quitting at 80%. Let's talk about this 80% mark. It's really where progress, it gets real quiet. Motivation ghosts you. And most people, they're going to quit. They see a plateau and they think it's the end. Today, right now, you and me, we are starting a rebellion against quitting. This is where you learn to win the war, not just a few battles. Most people quit when progress slows because they mistake adaptation for failure. Your body is smart as hell, okay? It adjusts to almost anything. A plateau, or a perceived plateau oftentimes, is not a stop sign. It's really a signal that you have succeeded enough to require a new, smarter strategy. We don't panic and slash calories. We make small, calculated adjustments and we push through. Here's the science behind why this works. Your body adapts between like 4 to 6 weeks. As you become smaller and more efficient, your TDEE drops slightly. This is normal, you guys, normal. Fat loss may stall or have the perception of stalling because you're smaller now. A lighter body requires less energy to maintain. This isn't a moral failing, okay? It's a sign of success. The solution is a tweak, okay? Not a tornado. You can increase your NEAT, tighten up your tracking accuracy, or use a strategic refresh. You do not need to overhaul your entire plan. And I really hope you guys are listening to me right now. If you've been distracted, lock back in, okay? I have so many women who are taking my advice, who are doing my videos, right? Doing my steps. And they have seen success, which is amazing. And they'll be like, Alyssa, hey girl. So I've lost, that's my interpretation of you guys. Hey girl. And they'll be like, Alyssa, I have literally received emails like this. I've lost 10 pounds. And I'm like, yes. And I continue reading, right? And they're like, but over the last week, my weight has kind of stayed the same and I'm frustrated and I think I'm going to stop. I'm like, what? I'm flabbergasted. My mouth is agape. I'm like, are you joking right now? Are you kidding me? You have lost weight. You've seen that what I'm telling you to do is working. And it's been a week, sometimes two, and you're not gaining. You kind of feel like you're at the same spot. And now you're frustrated and you're ready to quit. Make it make sense, you guys. Plateaus happen. Also, your body fluctuates, water and all of that. When you reach a plateau, I really need you guys to start celebrating. Okay, this thing that we do where we just crash out and we want to quit is crazy. A plateau means that you've reached a level and it's working. And now you just need to adjust. So really take in what I'm saying, you guys, in this lesson, because I know you've been there. You may be there right now. Do not stop. Just adjust. Move your body slightly more. Really lock in on tracking your calories and where you are at. And I promise you, when you push through, you have that resistance, but you push and you get to the other side, it's going to be worth it. If I would have stopped every time my weight became more stagnant or I reached a plateau, I wouldn't be where I am today. Okay? Lock in. Here's a hot girl tip. When the scale ghosts you, okay, I want you to flirt with consistency. The scale is a little bit of a moody, a little moody girl sometimes. I really want you guys to start measuring the wins that really matter. Your strength, your energy, your skin. Can we talk about the skin when you start really eating clean? How your clothes fit, your discipline streak. That's your real report card. Here's your homework for this phase. Track your progress beyond the scale. Start logging your photos, your measurements, your step counts, your lift numbers. And then I want you to adjust only if necessary. If your weight or your measurements are stalled for more than 14 days, 14, not 2, make one small change. Add some more steps or decrease your calories by 5%. Pick one. And lastly, I want you guys to bookmark this section, okay? Because when you feel like quitting, rewatch this. It's going to be your emergency prep talk, because I promise you, this lesson is super important. It happens the most. It's the most common, the plateaus. Phase 7 is graduation, the glow up blueprint. You guys, we did it. We made it to the last phase. Let that just sink in for a moment. Like, let's just sit in that. Once you reach this phase, you literally have become the main character, okay? You are not the side character. You are the main. Spotlight on you. You are the main character now, right? Once you reach this phase. And this is your blueprint. Maintenance isn't about quitting and coasting. It's really the phase where your body is going to recalibrate. Your hormones, they reset. And this new lifestyle that you have implemented really cements itself. You keep the systems that I've taught you. You slowly add back calories and you keep training. Here's the science behind why this matters. Your metabolic adaptation begins to reverse. Once you've lost some weight, and now you want to maintain. When you hold at your maintenance, your metabolism can recover from your deficit before you ever think about bulking. Second thing, you guys, is reverse dieting restores your hormones and your hunger signals. By adding calories back slowly, like I said, you're in maintenance now. You've lost some weight and now you're in maintenance. You give your body time to adjust without a rebound weight gain. And lastly, consistency in maintenance cements your habits, the skills that you have taken time to build. During your fat loss season, it becomes permanent, automatic behaviors. Here's a hot girl tip. Maintenance is the new flex. Anyone can lose weight, literally anyone, but only hot girls know how to maintain it. I'm in maintenance right now, lost a lot of weight, over 85 pounds. I'm finally at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to lose weight right now. I'm just maintaining. That's a flex. Keep your systems, but slowly add back 50 to 100 calories. Normally, a deficit, you're eating less calories. Once you're in maintenance, your calories is going to go slightly back up because you're maintaining the new weight that you've reached. Keep your training volume high, keep your steps consistent, and your sleep, really dial it in. Don't start staying up super late because now you're in maintenance. We're not stopping, you guys. We're just solidifying. Here's your homework for this last final phase. I'm a little sad. You're going to hold your new maintenance calories for around 4 weeks, about a month. Find your new baseline and live there. Next, you're going to keep your non-negotiables. Keep your protein goals, your lift schedule, your sleep schedule. Those are your non-negotiables. They're not changing. And lastly, which is my favorite thing to do, is celebrate your wins. Schedule a non-food reward. This is huge. A lot of us, we correlate rewards to food. I want you to start thinking about rewards that aren't food. It could be anything, you guys. A new gym set, a facial, a photo shoot, because you earned it, but it's non-food related. Before we go, I want to say thank you guys for literally showing up for yourselves, choosing yourself, and trusting me, little old me, to guide you through this. Like, I never take that for granted. And I'm getting a little emotional. I am menstruating, so my emotions are heightened, but I never for a day take for granted that you guys trust me and that you are inspired by my journey. It really does absolutely mean the world to me. Fitness has completely changed my life, and I am just sharing with you guys things that I have done, that I have learned through trial and error, and I basically have dialed this in. I've helped others in my life personally. My husband's on his own weight loss journey as well, and I just don't want you guys to think like I take this for granted. I don't. I appreciate every comment, even the negative ones, that you take the time to be here with me, to learn from me, to be inspired by me. And it means the world. It really does. So I just want to say to you guys, wherever you are on in this journey, remember that you are doing something incredible. This is not easy, okay? And I am extremely, extremely proud of you for wanting to show up for yourself, to having that desire. Keep the momentum, you guys. If you're interested in my 60 Days to Her app, to really just lock in over the next 60 days, we literally have around 60 days left in 2025, which is absolutely insane. Make sure you click the link in the description below, 60 Days to Her, or you can go to the website directly, 60daystoher.com. And if you're interested in my masterclass, the show up system, make sure you click the link in the description for that. And make sure you guys are following me on socials. Like, I'm very active on my social. You can really see I am a woman of my word. If you guys are doubting or you're just, don't know, follow me. You can see I post my workouts. I do a lot of posing in the mirror, a lot of flexing. So if you're into that, make sure you follow me on social. On Instagram, I am Fitless Lifestyle. And on TikTok, I am fitless.lifestyle. And do not forget that if you want to help others transform their lives or start a new career, make sure you click the link in the description for ISSA. All the details are in my description. And make sure you use my code FITLESS for $100 off your certification. Thank you again for ISSA for sponsoring this video. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.